I had a bit of mic problems, so I'm hoping this sounds okay and that it's not like too low or too loud because that's embarrassing. Anyways, hey, 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 what's up, you guys? Just kidding. Um, my name is May. So, hey. So I tried to make a video today of me doing my makeup, I guess. But I completely forgot to finish it, so anyways, I'm just going to ramble for a little bit because that's really what my YouTube account is. Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry. It's what time is it? It's currently 1:53. So, yeah. Anyways, today was okay actually. Though okay, it might have not been great. I think I did get bullied by some kids at Walmart. I was walking, okay? I was walking and this group of like I don't know, like 13 to like 16-year-olds were like walking by me, and I already said, but if you haven't watched my first one, I do have agoraphobia, so it literally makes me sick going outside of my house. So being at Walmart alone is already a nightmare. But normally I don't have any encounters unless it's like someone pointing out my tattoos and they're like, "Oh, that looks cool." Um, Basically, they were walking by me, so like I stopped so they could get by. And this little kid like points at me. I'm listening to music because I don't know. But I was listening to music so I didn't hear him. But he like stopped and pointed at me, and then he like and then he like said something, and I couldn't make out what he said. I think it was like Jesus loves you. And I was like, but I was like, what? And then like him and his friends started laughing and like walked away, and I was like, mm, got it. Yeah, mama. But anyways, I don't know. And then I was watching on TikTok. It was like for some reason, I'm sorry, that's so gross, but for some reason, if I talk too long, my mouth literally starts to salivate. Salivate? You get it. Um, but basically, it was talking about how they love being friends, or like they protect like their friends that get bullied, I guess. Or like the one kid that gets bullied and they're like, I don't know. But then it brought me back because I was like, that literally was me though. Like I was the kid that got bullied, you know? I used to get bullied all the time. I got bullied in kindergarten, I think. Yeah, I used to get bullied in like kindergarten through um 8th grade, and then high school the bullying just stopped, but I think it's because people grow up and they don't do that. But I've heard from other people that they still got bullied in high school, and I want to hug them. But basically, what is it? Yeah, I used to get bullied a lot, so I don't know. But I've had two of my middle school bullies hit me up. So that's quite interesting because, bitch, you traumatized me. So, no. Um, but hey, I'm still here. I'm just kidding. But no, and then it was like, I still remember this girl. Like, she used to stand up for me, which I know you're probably gonna say, why don't you stand up for yourself? I had my eighth grade, no, wait, my sixth grade year. So, yeah, my sixth grade year, I was really outspoken and I made a lot of friends, but then I also got into fights because I don't know. So then seventh grade to eighth grade year, I was really like, I was already depressed. Seventh grade year, I was kind of alone all the time. So I kind of just stayed by myself. And so people knew me, but it was more of like I didn't really, I didn't have a specific group of friends, is what I'd try to, is what I'd say. Um, I had I didn't have a specific group of friends, and then eighth grade year was peak depression, and I literally went mute for that, practically for that entire year. And anytime someone would bully me, I had this one friend, and she would always like stand up for me, and she was like a popular girl, but she was so nice. I ended up giving her my old phone because she needed a phone. Um, I think not seventh grade. I think freshman year was probably freshman year for me was terrible, dude. Like, ugh, I could go one, but I don't know. But yeah, so freshman year was okay. Junior year was peak. Like, you know how people say you peak in high school and blah 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 blah. I I only had one peak, and that was junior year. But I was thriving. I've never been good in school, like ever in my life. I've never, I think, unless it's like the very beginning of the school year, any other time I have bad grades. But the beginning of the school year, I kind of, I'm on it. I'm on it. But junior year, I was so locked in. Okay, I was dating this guy, and I was like, I want to impress his family. So I literally, I I locked in. Like, I literally locked in. I think the first, well, yeah, for like the entire few months before the first semester ended, I had all A's and B's. Diva, diva, diva. But, right? Because isn't that crazy? I said, I'm gonna apply myself because I want to impress this guy's family. And I did. Hello? Like, can I just, like any other time, can I not do that and just say, I want to get good grades to impress myself? But it's like, that's not enough. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not enough. But then I moved my junior, and that was during COVID. So when I moved, it was like I guess whatever grade you had already, you could phrase it, which means like if you have an A, you can keep it. You don't have to do any more schoolwork, and then that was that. So I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. So I did that, and then my senior year came. Oh my god, I will do a story time on my senior year because that was probably one of the worst years of my entire life ever. I've gone through shit, and senior year was by far the worst year of my life ever. Yeah, ever. Like, it was just too much. Way too fucking much, actually. I think 2020 to 2021, like both those, you know, terrible. Terrible. 2022 was okay. But I found out that I was bipolar in 20. Wait, I started going to therapy in 2022. So in 2022, I started going to therapy, found out I was bipolar, and I got on meds. But the guy I was dating, bruh, dude, the guy I was dating literally told me, like, okay, he would convince me not to get on meds. And I was like, no, because I'm gonna, I'm gonna do it anyways. But he would like try to convince me not to take meds, and I at first I was like, okay, well, maybe he just doesn't want me to go on meds because it didn't help him, because that's what he was telling me. Okay, now then it got to a point where I was like, maybe he just doesn't want me to do it for some reason. Like, it was kind of odd, you know, like the first few times of like, oh, you shouldn't get on meds because of blah 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 blah. That's all right. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. I'll take it with a grain of salt. But then you keep telling me not to do it. But this time the reasonings aren't even good. So what's the tea? Tell T the tea. So anyways, we broke up, and it was a whole thing. And he texts me and was like, you know, I knew I shouldn't have blah 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 blah. What was it? Sorry, I got distracted. But he basically was like, oh, I knew if you got on meds that you were gonna break up with me. Like, you'd come to your senses and break up with me. And I was like, because what do you mean by that? Like, meds are supposed to help you. And from what I heard, and like what my therapist told me, was that people with bipolar and like some other stuff, but people with bipolar disorder have to take meds because it controls like their depression and mania, whatever. But I was like, this is literally supposed to help me, and you don't want me to get the help I need. Because what type of fuck ass boyfriend are you? Anyways, this is off topic. I need to take my makeup off at some point, but I probably will do it after I'm done recording. But anyways, I was just like, that's actually like insane. Like, ho, is you cool? Is you cool? The next relationship wasn't, well, actually the next relationship, the guy was really nice, actually. He was really sweet. But we broke up because we just weren't on the same wavelength, I guess. It was me. I broke up with him, but now he's getting married and he has a kid. So diva diva diva. You know what? I don't know if you heard that, but that was my stomach chat. Okay. Anyways, but the relationship after that, insane. Oh, brother, I should do another. I can do so many story times, and I will. You know why? Because I can. Because this is my account. Right. But basically, the relationship, this guy had been longing for me for like a year or two. Okay. And I was like, you know what? Diva, diva, diva. I'll give him a shot. It was like the first month was okay. But then it was like things were like slowly escalating. I don't know why I said it like that. Things were slowly escalating, and I think it was after 2 or 3 months he came over, like he flew over here, and it it was so bad. Like it was okay at first, but then he kept asking me to do stuff, and I said no. It was just a lot. Okay, I won't get into depth with it, but anyways. So then after that, it was like terrible, bruh, because literally when we would call, he would drink, like, and that's fine, okay, it's fine, but it gets to a point, like, bitch, it's 2 a.m, go to bed, go the fuck to bed. Because why am I here in like a depressive episode and you're asking for coup pics? Like, I just want to know, where's the decorum? Okay, like, where's the decorum? So then he slowly had an attitude with me, or he'd be rude, and it was just like too much, you know what I mean? Like, sassy man apocalypse, I get it, but where do we draw the line? Like, let's actually talk about that. Where do we draw the line at the sassy man apocalypse? Because I would like to know. Anyways, so then I literally ghosted him. Like, during the relationship, I ghosted him for a month straight. I didn't talk to him, and I think that was very healing. It was, okay, because it was just, I couldn't do it. Like, so then he texted me, and I told him that I didn't see anything. Like, I didn't feel anything for him anymore. Well, I didn't say that, but if you're watching it, now you know. Oh, I have to edit that out. But I don't know, like, it's just a whole thing. But anyways, then he asked if we could be friends, and with most of my breakups, I say yes until they end up crazy, so then I block him. But basically, he was like, can we be friends? I said sure. And then literally a day or two after we broke up, he texted me saying some crazy shit, and he said, oh, I'm so glad you gave me the opportunity for a second chance. I said, bitch, who told you that? Ho, is you who? Because what do you mean second chance? I didn't even... Also, can we talk? He literally made me feel bad because I said I didn't want to get married. Like, currently. Like, when we were dating, we had only dated for like maybe 4 months. We had only been physically together for 5 days. And you're surprised I don't want to get married to you immediately. Shocker. Anyways, and then he... So, him and my friend were not acquaintances, but they were, I don't know, whatever. And my closest friend, posted a video of or like a picture of us together, and he swiped up, and he said, can you, he's, I'm so sorry. He said, let her know when I see her, I'm gonna unalive her. I beg your finest pardon. I beg your pardon? Like, hello? What are we doing? Like, are we not, like, grown, grown people? Like, are we not grown? Bitch, get the... And then he tried to follow me on Instagram after I blocked his account. He followed me on 3 different accounts. I have everything screenshotted. But he followed me on Instagram on like 2 to 3 different accounts, and I blocked every one of them. And on TikTok, I think there was maybe 6. Like, he would just delete them and make new ones and try to talk to me and commented on my stuff, and I had to block them. I was like, bro, get away from me, please. But after that, no, because this was in 2024. We broke up in March of 2024. I remember it was literally like a day before or after my brother's birthday. But like, I don't know, dude. I just haven't been wanting to get in a relationship after that. I think that was that. That was the end of my dating cycle. Like, I'm just tired of finding like crazy people. Like, I think I only have 2 exes that were actually good, and both of them lasted a year. The rest are actually insane, and I don't know how I get them. Like, I don't. Like, anyways, this is going on for 22 minutes. Wow. Most of it is just me saying, literally, and, like, but, yeah, I feel like I could continue. Oh, wow. Oh, that was embarrassing. But, anyways, I feel like I could keep talking, but I think I might have to go to bed. So, if anyone is watching, thank you, and have a good night, have a good time zone, good day, good night, good time zone, and have a good day. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. Anyways, I hope you are having a wonderful whatever it is, and